What's up, everybody? You guys are tuning in to Sip and Spill podcast. I am your host, Jessica Michelle. You guys already know me. I have a very, very, very special guest in the building. Go ahead, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Javay Graham. I am from the Let's Be Real channel and the Let's Be Real podcast, and I'm just here to, chop it up with Jessica Michelle today.
We're gonna spill some tea. Okay,
Oh,
that's
I would
what we
love to.
do
I would
over
love
here.
to.
And we also sip wine. So before we get into all the tea, you guys already know the only wine that I drink. I feel like I'm so biased, but why not be biased? It's mine. Sip
Yeah.
and Spill Red Wishes. You guys already know 15% alcohol. This is the perfect wine for if you just had a bad day. If you your significant other having date night, you and your girls getting together and y'all want to be messy, this is the perfect wine. I'm gonna take a sip because
It looks so good. So a little bit of
it's really good.
backstory, like me personally, I'm a recovered alcoholic,
Oh,
but
oh, I'm sorry.
no, it's all good. No, it's all good. But like when I tell you like that looks good, I want a bottle. Like I don't drink much of anything else really, only on
Oh, you
special
just do wine
occasions.
now?
No, not even just one. I really only like drink on like special occasions, but I do want to try that though. Like it looks good. It looks
It's
good as
really,
hell.
really good. And it's super, super tricky, like I was telling you. So you guys, it's the vibe is different, the whole energy is different because we are going remote. For the people who always watch my podcast, I always said like I didn't want to do anything like this, but I feel like saying that was kind of like limiting me. I see a lot of other I don't know, this year was so different for me. I feel like everything was kind of happening for a reason.
Yeah.
I had issues with the studio that I was working with, and I felt like I was kind of like comfortable. I was kind of like
Mhm.
depending on them, and I feel like I was also kind of limiting myself. It's cool have everybody, come in the studio, all that. That's a good vibe, but I feel like I could connect with different people from other
Oh,
places
absolutely.
by
Yeah.
just getting on here and being remote. Get to talk to, because there's so many people that ask me, can I be on your show? And I'd be like, where you at? They be like, I'm in Atlanta. And I'm just like, or I'm in such. I'm like, I don't live there.
Yeah.
But of course, I wanna eventually like travel with my podcast. But in the
You're
meantime,
always yeah, and your podcast is always welcome. Like with me and my crew, we always looking for
not
outside people,
in not in
outside
winter though.
opinions.
Like
Not in winter. It's not that bad right now. It's about 60 degrees.
I can't do 60. Like I'm a 75 and up. I love like warm weather. I can't do the cold weather. It's too much for me. So, give the people some tea on your podcast, how you started podcasting, all that good stuff.
So, to begin with, we're actually like a film production company.
Okay.
Let's be real. As a film production company, we do short films. We have some feature length films in the works. Some really nice stuff. But podcasting is something that we kind of wanted to do because these days people are into the people behind the craft and not so much the craft itself, right? Like everybody wants to know what you do throughout your day, your opinions on pretty much anything. So that's what the podcast is for, so that everyone can get to know us, and
Hmm.
maybe everyone can like learn new perspectives, which is the purpose of podcasts like this one. So
No, seriously.
yeah.
How long you been podcasting?
Uh, I want to say we've been up to this for about 2 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
about the pandemic, since the pandemic started.
Yeah, 2 years ago, which is
Yeah,
crazy. How 2 years and are we still in a pandemic?
we it's up in the air, ain't it?
When will it end? Like, what will have to happen for it to end?
Well, don't quote me. Don't quote me. Right.
You in DC, so you better get
Yeah.
this right.
Yeah. Yeah. um, it would have to be like I imagine a significant drop in the amount of cases that even occur. We would have to achieve like some type of immunity to the virus. which I believe means everybody will have to catch it at some point, or like some version of it. Um, but immunity, and I guess like the numbers going down, coming to a halt essentially is what I would think. But
So, are you
don't quote
vaccinated?
me. I am vaccinated, yes.
Oh, okay. I feel
What
like
about you?
asking someone are they vaccinated is kind of like asking them like I don't know. Like I'm trying to relate it to a question that like people don't really want to ask, like people don't want to share. It's like a personal question because a lot of people are judgmental.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you're not vaccinated, because I'm not vaccinated. I don't
You're not.
plan on getting vaccinated.
You don't believe it? Like, is it? Do you distrust it? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
The so I have like a lot of old people in my life, and
Mhm.
like I wasn't going to get vaccinated. I don't believe in it either, but for their safety, I went ahead and did it because I don't want to pass no crazy shit to them. So why not? Why not?
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool. I mean, I
I but
love my
I
grandma.
Yeah, yeah, but I completely understand why someone wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, it's just too much going on. It's just too much, too many opinions and too many this and too many things that are being contradicted.
Yeah.
To where it's just like, I really don't want to take the chance. And my mom and my stepdad actually are vaccinated and they got COVID.
Mm.
So I haven't had COVID, at least not that I know of. But I just think that's interesting too. Like my mom always tells me, you need to get vaccinated, and I'm just like, but you just got COVID and you vaccinated. So I guess she's saying like my body will deal with it differently
Yeah,
if I'm
it's
vaccinated. But that's still questionable.
I mean, and you can make the argument that like if that's the case, a lot of people shouldn't take the flu vaccine, right? Like because people still catch the flu with the flu vaccine. But I do think it just helps your body deal with it a little better, um, rather than like stop you from getting the virus entirely. Like I caught COVID after I got vaccinated.
But see, the thing is, nobody wants to die, and
No,
that's the
no.
thing. It's just like I felt like at the beginning of it, they were saying, get the vaccine, you won't get COVID, and then it changed. Well, get the vaccine, and you might still get COVID, but it won't be as bad. See, it's like
Right.
stuff started changing.
Yeah, I think
That's what made me nervous.
I think we live in a very interesting time where like people are questioning things a lot more than they used to, like especially after the whole COVID shit. And now,
As we should,
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
because the
Like,
government has a lot of secrets,
yeah,
and a lot of hidden agendas.
oh, absolutely. And like nobody's talking about it. I don't know why no one talks about it, but during everything, like they unveiled that like aliens are real and shit. Like,
You think aliens are real?
absolutely, yeah.
I don't
Think
know.
of it. Think of it. Think of it this way. Think of it this way, right? And like this is the type of shit I love talking about shit like this, right? The way it's described in the Bible, like how the world was created and shit like that. God is an alien.
Wow, I never even thought of it like that. That's
God is an
crazy.
alien. They,
Wow.
it says in the Bible in Genesis, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. Like comment and like DM me and tell me I'm stupid, whatever. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But there, it said when he discovered the world, it was void and dark, right? Meaning there was no light, none of that, right? He discovered the world. That means he came here from somewhere else. If God is real, he's an
Wow.
alien.
Wow. And I've been seeing a lot of videos of a lot of people posting like random UFOs, and I saw one where literally like in the movies it like shined the light. It was in Dallas. It shined the light and then it disappeared.
Hmm.
That's what I was like, okay, wait, this might be a little real. So, like, what do you feel like would happen if they do come, or if they do finally land here and decide to be here?
Here's the thing, right? When people talk about aliens, I feel like they look at them from like a very like human perspective. Like we try to apply human concepts to some shit that like we have no idea what's going through their minds. Is a mind even like a concept to them? Does that make sense? Like, so if they came here, the way I would assume things would go is either to observe or to
Do
take some
live
shit.
just like us.
Yeah, to live, observe. Maybe it's a vacation. Maybe it's what are all the things humans do when they discover new people?
Yeah.
You know, could be some cool shit, or could be some a little more nasty than that. You know?
Yeah. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Because the world, over time, the world is changing. They're saying, with the whole climate and the ozone layer and all that good stuff. I mean, I try not to really just read that stuff because it's
It's
always some
sad.
bad shit.
It's
So I
sad.
really don't even want to listen, but I kind of try to listen or whatever. But let's get into the pop culture references. This is the part of my show where we talk about shit that's going on in the world, politics, all that stuff like that. So I know you have been watching this. I think it's maybe been like a 2-3 month consistent rant by Kanye West. He hasn't stopped. I personally don't think I like Kanye. I don't think anything is wrong with Kanye. Kanye
Mm.
might be bipolar. A lot of us are bipolar. I think I'm bipolar. But I think, have you seen his documentary?
Genius. Yes, I saw the
Yes.
first episode. I actually have to catch up.
Yeah. So by me watching that, I see that this is who Kanye already was. By the way Kanye acts now is how Kanye has always acted.
Hmm.
And I do know a lot of people, especially like Hollywood. It seems that like if you're not doing what average Hollywood people are doing, you're not okay. Something's wrong with you. You're not
Right.
right. I think Kanye is very woke. I do think Kanye maybe should keep some of his thoughts and opinions to himself. I mean, coming from a person that I feel like I gotta say whatever the fuck is on my mind, I've learned that I really can't say whatever the fuck is on my mind.
Do you think? Do you think that? Okay, so with Kanye West, do you think he would be at where he's at right now if he didn't say all the things that he said? Right? Like when you think about Kanye
Uh,
West, right? Obviously, he's a one of the most talented like
mhm,
people in like in music, like musical history, right?
mhm.
Anywhere, right? Anytime. One of the most talented people. He has that going for him, but do we think that like he would be Kanye West the way we know him now if it wasn't for like all of the extra shit he do?
That's why I'm confused on why people are saying something's wrong with him. Like this is nothing new. Like, and I feel like the documentary should have validated Kanye's been like this. And if Kanye wasn't, it wasn't, challenging things that people were saying, just like with anybody or anybody that wants to do something, and when you challenge yourself, you open new doors for yourself. When you challenge other people, you open, new doors.
I got a hot take too. It's something I saw and I kinda gotta lean into it.
What?
Kim Kardashian been married how many times now?
A lot.
Sometimes you gotta look at the common denominator. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye West is just louder. Like we don't know what like the shit that she do.
Exactly.
I don't feel
The
bad for her.
Kardashians as a whole, I feel like are a little like cult. Like
You think
I hate
they
to say it
really
like that, but it's like
elaborate?
they are like, but I get it. Family is family. Y'all have your own dynamic, how y'all run y'all family, but
Yeah.
like if everybody really takes a look at all the things that they've done, I mean, shit. Kim and Chloe have dated the same man at some point. So it's just kind of like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know they did
yes,
that.
they both dated the game.
They both dated game.
Yes, they both dated the game, which is super
Oh,
weird, but
that's weird.
whatever. But they're kind of all over the place. So, but
I
they're all over
think
the place.
I think a lot of these relationships is like I don't think they're real. Some of them I don't think they're real. Like Kim Kardashian game sounds funny to me. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson sounds funny to me. I
I
think
think that's for clout. I think that's weird too.
absolutely. I think they get set up sometimes. Like somebody
Yeah.
higher up than them says, "Oh, you're going to do this now," for such and
Yeah,
such
they do.
reason.
They do that. They
Mhm.
do pay people. A lot of people have paid Black China to date to date her. So that's definitely real. But I do I honestly feel like the Kardashians really have no guidance as far as a male figure. So that's what causes them to make all these mistakes. Like every both parents are vital, and by their dad being gone, I feel like a lot of things like relationships and stuff aren't really like the math isn't mathing because you need that father figure, to kind of tell you about a man and all that. But
It's
I feel like they don't
strange.
have that.
It's strange because here's the thing. I agree with you. When I say this to people now, it's because we're in 2022 and stuff like that. It's a more traditional mindset, and I feel as though people are moving away from that mindset, and I think
Hmm.
that's why so many people are in like such a bad way now. Is because in my opinion, in our community, the black community, like there aren't enough black men stepping up to do what it is they should do.
Yep. We can't do it all. I mean, sometimes it's single fathers
Hmm.
and the moms aren't stepping up. But you need both. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care what these women talking about they could
Yeah,
do it all on their own. You can't.
you need both energies.
You
You need both
need
energies.
both. You need both. So moving on, I know you've seen all the drama. It's a lot of. First of all, today
It's a
was
lot of
full of
drama.
drama. I don't know if you into blogs and all that gossip stuff, but today specifically was
Okay.
full of drama. This is a little OT, but I know you saw the incident with the baby, and I don't
Yeah,
even know.
Danny.
I don't even know
Was it
the
Danny Lay's
brother's name.
brother?
Yeah, what is his name?
I don't know his name either.
So, backstory, of course, they Danny Lee and the baby had an incident. And of course, being the brother, which as you should, you would want to defend your sister.
Absolutely.
So it escalates. We get to the bowling alley. Egos completely left, and somehow we've ended up to a lawsuit,
Right.
which blows my mind because it's kind of like you initiated the beef. Because one, you shouldn't no this is one thing nobody should ever get in: baby mama and baby daddy drama. Stay out of that.
Yeah.
That's You're not gonna win, because at the end of the day these people still have to coexist with each other.
I, for that reason, people might hate me for saying this, but I tend to stay away from. I don't date women with children for that reason.
No, for real.
Cause at the end of the day, especially like if the father is still like in that unit, like there's always going to be like she's always going to have that connection with him.
Hmm.
So then you end up like Danny Lay's brother getting laid out in a bowling alley. Like that ain't
So
cool.
what you think about the fight? Do you? Because
I
people said
think
it's not fair.
no, I think niggas need to choose their battles better.
Yeah, why
Like
did you
you,
go there by yourself?
yeah,
One.
yeah, yeah. No, that's entirely his fault that happened to him, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I mean the sentiment is right. Like, yeah, you should want to defend your sister, but come on, G, you got
Not against her baby daddy. You're not
no,
gonna win.
no.
Like I said, you can't beat him up and then you never see him again. He gotta come pick his child up. So it's like you just let it be what it's
Yeah,
gonna be. But looking at the fight, people are saying they jumped. It's like I honestly feel like people always gonna find something wrong in this situation. They're mad that the security jumped in, but what does he pay them for?
yeah, that's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. Now, I will say this: if I'm in the baby's position, I'm moving different than how he move.
Yeah.
Like when you that successful, it's certain shit that you gotta like.
Not do.
You gotta yeah. Like fighting in the bowling. Why do we conduct ourselves at that level that way? That's strange to
It
me.
sucks. It sucks because I feel like sometimes I go through that. I don't know if you kind of dug a little deep on my background, but I've been
Mm,
modeling for like 5.5, 6 years. So
mm,
I've built I've built kind of a following behind me, and sometimes I have these instances where you bitches not finna talk to me crazy. You what you said, like where you at type. That's my thing, and I just feel like a lot of people be telling me, you got so much going on, you don't need to be doing that. But I'm just like, look, I'm human.
I understand, and there's definitely a such thing as like defending your honor and integrity. Um, me personally, I wouldn't end up like that. Like Shorty brother ended up. I'm not walking into that like that. Like that's
Yeah,
you know,
that was on him.
yeah, 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 like walking into that way. But as far as like the whole the baby thing, man, I don't know. Maybe it's like because as a black man, I feel as though I should hold myself to a certain standard.
Hmm.
I don't believe men should fly off the handle and do that type of shit. Like
Hmm.
and like you said, yeah, everybody's human. Everybody's bound to lose control at some point or another. But I just feel as though we're at a time now where it's time for us to start carrying ourselves a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like and be mindful of that because especially on his level, like they looking for this nigga to do shit like that.
They
The
are.
media loves that. Every time he does
Yeah.
something, they love to try and tear him apart for that. I just wish I could see more black men like him be mindful, you know? That's
Yeah,
all.
and then it also is about how you were raised. A lot of these rappers came from nothing.
Hmm.
So they don't care. I don't care if all these people are watching me. They're people gotta pull themselves out of honestly how they were raised.
Hmm. Just
Everybody kind of
reprogram them.
got to, especially as you get older and you realize that the world is not what they make it seem when
Yeah.
we're kids. So you literally got to re-teach yourself. And I mean, people from the streets don't honestly they don't see nothing wrong with it. So I
Yeah.
honestly feels like he think he don't see nothing wrong with it. So like,
And
what
and,
can we do?
and even in that, like look at how we say things, right? Like when we say people, like people from the streets, right?
Hmm.
Like that's not somewhere we want to be forever.
But it's
People,
that's what I was saying. But it's even though you're not there even though we're not a lot of places physically, we're still there
yeah,
mentally.
it's a conditioning. You're
It's
right.
a mind thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't get why he's suing him, but I don't know. I feel like that's whack. It's nobody's fault.
Yeah,
Everybody did what they were supposed to do. You were supposed to defend your sister, and he was supposed to defend himself. You just lost.
yeah, yeah. But I think it's entirely his fault he lost. Like
It is.
it's
Why would you go
entirely his
there
fault.
with his gang and now you're going there saying you want to talk? No, we're
No,
not talking.
no, no, absolutely
We'll see
not.
how that goes. But as far as the tea today, have you been keeping up with the whole Megan Tory situation? Because it got real spicy today.
Tell me about that. I know loosely what's going on with Megan Tory. But like
Ooh,
today was
child. Do you got enough time? I might have to send you a glass of wine because this is a lot of tea.
please do.
So I think a few years ago, I think maybe 1 or 2 years ago, it came out that allegedly
Tory
Tory
Lanez
shot
shot
Meg in the foot.
in the foot. Yeah, yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
So as things transpire, um, let me talk about today. Today they were supposed to have their trial,
Okay.
and it got pushback, and academics had posted a tweet saying that, of course,
He's always in some shit. But go ahead, go ahead.
he's always in some shit. But he posted a tweet saying that Tory's DNA wasn't found on the gun.
Mm.
So
It's
I guess Meg is at a point where she's kind of like fed up. Meg is battling the thing with her old with her record label 1501 that she was signed to. She's battling with them, and I guess this battle. So and then people on the internet, like I said, we're human. It's only so much you could probably see or read before you
yeah,
start to feel some way and want to react. So
no
she's
doubt.
she's flying off the handle today. Going off on academics saying that's a lie. People don't read. Everything's public record. They never said that. Blah 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 blah. So she's like going extremely hard on him. So Tory, who had a gag order, she put a gag order on Tory. So Tory has never said anything about the thing up until today. So they're tweeting, they're just going ham. He's saying you can't get your way out of this no more. You can't lie about this. She's saying, they're bullying me, they're attacking me online. Um, but you
Mhm.
shot me, you shot me, you shot me. So she drops a screenshot of their text messages of that night. And
Okay.
on the text messages he's apologizing to her for what happened. And she's just like, you didn't if you didn't shoot me, what you're apologizing for, there's a recording from your phone of you on the jail phone talking to her best friend, because it became a three-way thing. First it was
Yeah.
them two, then the best friend got into it
So,
or whatever. And it's funny because like Megan, the best friend, are from Houston, so I kind of get a little bit more tea
right.
because I'm from the city.
Yeah.
But he said his response to that was, I was apologizing because I was sleeping with you and your friend, and it caused all of this, which everybody kind of speculated, that they both were messing with. Everybody's saying they both were messing with Tori. Everything got wild and the gun went off.
Here's okay. Okay. So the gun went. Okay. 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 Yeah. If the gun, I'm sorry. If it comes down to like the gun went off, right, and like that's what happened, yo, they owe this nigga an apology.
They do, because a lot of prior to today, it had came out that Tori had no gun residue on him. When it's a shooting at a scene, they're gonna
Yeah.
check your no residue on Tori. So everybody's like, damn, ain't no residue, but he
Yeah.
shot you,
Yeah.
type thing. So they're going back and forth today, and he says that I was sleeping with you and your friend, and she totally skips over that. It says, just admit you shot me, blah 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 blah. So here comes her super saver. There's nothing wrong in defending your girlfriend party. But this is I feel like you can't defend her when she was involved with him. Like you can't want to like he wants to fight him. He's like, meet up with me, blah 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 blah. Let's stop
That's
tweeting.
that's
But
that's for that's for public shit. Like, yo, if
yeah,
if
it's
if
crap
he
because he deleted it.
yeah, and also if he did pull up and do that shit, he gonna end up just like Danny Lay brother out here. Like,
Going out sad.
yeah, yeah. Tory Lanez is worth how much money to how many people? Like,
Exactly. And Tori tweeted him back and he was like, we met up before, you didn't do anything. So like they've been going back and forth all day. Academics
uh,
blasted her saying like, you're going back and forth with me, but you don't own any, you don't she doesn't own any of her masters, blah 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 blah. This is all a PR stunt. I don't know. It's getting wild. We just at this point I just want the facts.
you know,
Just
as
drop
far
the
as
facts.
as far as PR stuff, like I feel like a lot of this shit is like
A
PR.
lot.
Like how that Drake and Kanye shit died down. I think that was all PR from the beginning. I think
You
Push was
think?
in on it, all that. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of this is PR.
Yeah.
Nothing actually happens to these people. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe they get shot in their foot, but
Yeah. Allegedly.
allegedly,
Allegedly. I mean,
it's
I don't know. I don't want to like bash her or whatever, but I do know if you did get shooting shot in your foot, you wouldn't have been on stage a few weeks later having a full twerk
there's no way.
out performance.
There's no way.
But
And
hey, what do I know, right?
yeah, and before it was, and before I just want to point out, like she said, yo, this nigga shot me, and now it's, oh, it might have been a struggle for a gun. That's like, so who had a gun? Like what?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I really don't know. But I just want the facts. They said that they do have the DNA of the DNA who's on it. The DNA of who had the gun, but it's not public record. Whatever they've done, it's sealed, so we can't publicly go see. That's what makes me feel like she's lying. It's so many ways to cover
Somebody
up
lying.
or
Yeah.
shut Tori up. Like, why did you get a gag order on Tori, but you can say whatever you want, but he can't defend himself? And academics is a little shady, but academics, I was watching his show and he was reading the docket when it first started off, and the docket said that a witness said that he did not shoot her. They literally were just going off of what Meg was saying. Meg said she shot him, he shot her, so whatever Meg said was right. There was no gun residue on him, and a witness said that he didn't shoot her. So this is messy. It's too much.
This nigga's owed an apology, though. Like he got dragged through the mud over this shit. And if it come out that like he had zero to do with that, like it's a lot of people that owe that nigga an apology.
Yes, like
Real shit.
basically, like the whole. I feel like America, everybody was on her side, which I
Yeah,
get it, and that's the tricky part because a lot of women do that. A lot of women
yeah,
lie about
yeah.
things that that men do to them, and I definitely think they should be held
Ooh.
accountable and charged accordingly.
People hated me when you remember it was like a few years back. People was like, it was when the whole Me Too thing started, which mind you, like I don't advocate for men sexually assaulting like
Hmm.
women for any reason whatsoever. But like when the whole Me Too thing started and people was like believe women. My thing is, yeah, like I think you should take like accusations and shit like that seriously,
Hmm.
right? But I ain't about to just believe nobody just because they say something. Like
Yeah.
there should be like weight behind it. There should be some type of evidence if you gonna say somebody did something to you like that. So I really think Meg rode that wave. Like she rode
She
that wave
did.
heavy on that nigga.
She did. It's
She rode.
looking real shaky for her right now.
Yeah,
It's looking real shaky. And then they all were drunk that night. So I mean, people's perceptions of what they see and stuff like that is clouded when you're super drunk.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's Black History Month. Somebody the other day at Popeyes, they asked me, "Are you enjoying Black History Month?" I'm like, "I enjoy every day that I'm black." What do you mean? the
Who asked you? Who asked you that? Was it a white?
the person at the drive-through.
Were they white? Were they?
No, they were
Of the,
black.
they were
I guess
black.
he was
Oh,
trying to
okay.
make small talk because
Oh,
I was
you was
waiting
just
for my
okay.
food.
You was
But
just
I'm
being
just like,
nice.
I was like, I looked like this. I was like, I enjoy every day being black. What does that mean?
Are
I don't
you?
know.
Are you not a fan of like Black History being condensed to like 1 month for celebration?
No, I'm not a fan.
Me neither. I've
I'm not a
always hated
fan.
this shit. I've always
I'm
hated
not
this
a
shit.
fan. Also because we have created a lot. I'm not a fan in general of how people treat black people because we have done a lot that we don't even get credit for. That I'm starting to see now. A lot of things that have been invented and been made have been made by us.
Absolutely,
Really, a
absolutely.
lot. And we don't get the credit. I mean, I feel like now as time is progressing, we're finally this generation ain't taking on bullshit no more. So we're
Yeah,
finally getting a little bit more recognition. But it's like, wow.
we're starting to credit ourselves, which I think is important. Like recognizing ourselves and crediting ourselves.
Hmm.
Um, I'm of the opinion that like a lot of the problems that we face is on us though. Like you know how like there's always talk about like shit white people do. I really think a lot of this shit is on us at the end of the day. Like as far as like getting out of the bad situations we always seem to find ourselves in like economically, financially, so forth. Like I really think it's on us. Like I'm tired of blaming white people for shit. Like
Yeah. We got the same time as the white people. But we don't that's the thing. Like we gotta educate ourselves and educate the next of our generation. For people who have kids, educate your kids. I just like just by being an entrepreneur, I just tapped into the fact that white people don't use their money to start their businesses, they use other people's money to
yep,
start their businesses.
yeah,
I literally just found that
yeah,
out, so
yeah. No, this
like
is new information. Yeah, yeah, like
that's crazy. You
yeah,
would
I
have
just
never known. We think all these white people are rich, they're not.
yeah, I found that out myself relatively recently as well. Like they go through grants and a bunch of other shit. Yeah.
That's insane this whole time, and we're thinking that we can't attain what they can attain. We can.
Hmm. We
We
can.
just don't know. We just didn't know. But
But
that's
again,
the little beauty of social media. You get to
yeah,
learn some stuff on top of all the hate, the bashing, and the drama.
absolutely. And oh man, I had something. That's something I want to do. Like at some point I want to get like a bunch of like black people together like with ideas and shit and like you know get everybody to move towards one common goal because I feel like that's what we missing. You know, like some prime black leadership. We ain't had that since what, 70s, the 70s, the
Yeah,
80s. We need that again.
that's
You know,
true. We do.
we we need that again.
Funny thing about that you said that, because I tried that. I started me an entrepreneur group,
Okay.
uplifting the girls, and it was a guy. Uh, and they let me down. They
Oh,
all let me down. They all took advantage of the fact that they were my friend, and they started showing up late. Some didn't show up at all, and I don't care. Like, I don't care if you don't show up, because at the end of the day, like, this is for your business. This is to help you grow. So if you don't
right.
want to participate in anything to help you grow, cool. But I was offended when you say you're gonna come and then you don't come. So it's like I'm sitting at a restaurant for an hour, just sitting there, and I'm just like, damn, why
But
not just say that?
I think this is why I like the Kanye documentary so much, cuz it's cuz like I can relate to like struggling with like trying to make something happen and then other people just not cooperating, for their,
Mm-hmm.
for their own reasons, or sometimes it's petty shit or like something else. Like I can relate to that, and that's why I like this documentary so much, legit.
It's crazy. And then they were actually offended that I went off. They were offended at me, and I'm just like, how are y'all offended
They
when
even
I don't know? That's another thing. People don't like to take accountability, and not just black
yeah,
people. People in general don't like
people
to
in
take
general.
accountability at
Yeah.
all.
No, nobody likes to be the bad guy. Nobody likes to be the bad. They rather make you look like the bad guy than accept any fault. That's just
But
how it
then
is.
that you can't want to be a better person and want to be a better whatever it is if you can't accept. Nobody wants to accept bad things. Nobody wants to have those uncomfortable conversations where you gotta tell
Hmm.
somebody you didn't like what they did.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to deal with bad. Nobody wants to talk to their girlfriend or their boyfriend about certain things that they don't like, because of what? Like, that's not. It doesn't make sense. You can't X the bad parts, the arguments and all that out of life. It's a part of life. It's how
And
you grow, actually.
you don't appreciate all of the better parts of life without those. Can you imagine if everybody was just happy all the time and got along with each other? It would be a very boring world. There would be no poetry to it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no ups
Exactly.
and downs and shit. You
That's
need
not
that.
realistic though. I feel like that's not you're not dealing with a genuine person
Hmm.
or something genuine if there's not nothing bad a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you accept someone, you take the good and the bad with them, and whether that be in like
Man,
relationships, friendships, like all of that.
everything. But I don't mind being the bad guy.
Me
That's
neither.
fine. I'll be the bad guy. At the end of the day, when you look back on it, you're gonna know that I was right.
Ah,
So
absolutely.
whatever. Good luck. If they're watching this, good luck.
I prefer to be the bad guy.
I don't mind. Like,
Yeah, I prefer it. I love
that's
it.
cool. Whatever. At the end of the day, I was honest with you, and you know
You,
where we stand. You're not confused.
you know what? You know what someone told me one day?
What?
They told me the villain is just the person that's trying to get it, that's trying to make it somewhere in life through any means necessary. The hero is the person that's there to try to stop them.
You think so?
A lot of the times, yeah. Why not? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Honestly, that is true. But hey, I'll take the villain hat any day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's move forward into the topic.
Let's go.
I picked jealousy and hatred. I don't know what's in the air.
What's
I
going
don't
on?
know. Your air over there is different from the air over here.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk about it. What's
It's been a lot of that floating around. Have you ever been jealous of someone?
yes.
What was the circumstances?
Uh, I was younger and I was jealous of the fact that a friend of mine had a girl that I wanted.
How did you deal with that?
It's acceptance. It's acceptance. Like, well, first it's a matter of changing your mindset, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
the mindset that you can have anything you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't got to worry about what the next person has, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what the next person has because there's there's plenty to have in life, you know.
That's
Um,
definitely facts. People don't think
yeah.
that way though. In the middle of it,
Okay.
in the middle of it, when you're
Yeah.
looking at your friend with that girl,
No.
you're not thinking.
No. Yeah, no, you're thinking, oh my God, like what does this person have that I don't have? That they
Hmm.
can attain this and I can't attain it. Like what did they say? What words do they have that I don't? Or you know?
Hmm.
No, absolutely. In the middle of it is it seems like some hopeless shit, right? Have you ever
So, have
you
I
ever
ever been
been
jealous of someone?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit this to myself, but I was jealous of a friend at one point that we both were down. We both were kind of going through the same thing. We both were trying to leave the strip club. I used to be a dancer.
Hmm.
So we were both trying to leave the strip club, and things for her in her business were flourishing and mine wasn't necessarily. So I really couldn't figure out why I was feeling a certain way, but I realized that I was jealous.
How did you
But
how did you get or did you get past it?
I just had to accept the fact that that wasn't that that was supposed to happen for her when it was supposed to happen. And maybe it's
Mhm.
not time for it to happen for me. And I didn't feel comfortable with myself because I feel like I shouldn't be jealous of my friend. This is a really, really good friend of mine. Like, why am I jealous of her? You
Mhm.
know, that shouldn't be going on. Like, what is it really? I had to break
Mhm.
it down because this wasn't a person that I just seen and don't have any ties to. This is a good friend.
You know, you know a really good friend of mine, his name is Andino, right? Cool dude. He said you can't hate someone, you can't be jealous of someone unless there's something about them that you love.
That's true.
It has to be something about it has to be something like that person has, right? Or like something you can't attain that you want and they have it. And in your mind you love that they have it. You just want it. You want to be just like this person in a
Mm-hmm.
way, right? Like everybody
Mm-hmm.
I've ever hated in life was somebody that I loved at one point.
That's so true. Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
say this podcast is like therapy, I swear. It is. Opens my mind up to totally different things. I never would have thought that at all.
Yeah. When he said that to me, like I was high as shit when he said it to me, and it just boggled my mind. Right? I'm like, huh? Everybody I've ever hated or was jealous of, there was something about them that I loved,
Yeah.
and I was just upset that that couldn't be me.
Yeah. So what is it? So when we get into the hate part, like what how can that apply to someone that you hate? Because this isn't a person that you're jealous of, that they have something that you want. You just simply dislike them
Say
strongly.
strongly. Then that I think we have to define what hate is, right? Because you can
Despise.
this no no no. I mean you could have like a strong dislike. You know, you can like a strong disfavor towards someone and not hate them. I think hate is like another level. Like
Like what? Like
hate is like some Shakespearean shit. Like I would kill myself just to see this person suffer. That's hate.
yeah.
That I would spite myself just to see this person suffer. I've only ever felt like that with women I dated.
Not the women.
I've
What
only
happened? What? How did you get to that
women
point? They
I've
cheated.
dated. So yeah, some of them made some poor decisions. Um, put it that way. Some poor decisions. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Wow.
Let's go with that. And so
I agree. Everybody hates an ex or two or all.
yeah, I don't hate all of them, but just it's a few. It's a few.
I
Yeah,
hate all
yeah.
mine.
You damn. They all
Yes,
cheat. What did they do? What did they do?
they
They
all
all cheated.
cheated, and not on a. It was on a high scale, like multiple people,
Wow.
like I didn't even exist. Like maybe I was just a. I don't know what I was. Like it really got me to that point where like, damn, who was I if when you not physically here, it's like I don't exist. It was bad. Ooh, that's a whole nother
You know,
episode.
you you know, cheating. I think if a woman ever cheated on me now, the way I look at shit now is that like say you want to be with somebody forever, right?
Mhm.
You pick this one person and you say, all right, this is the one person I'm going to be with for the rest of my fucking life, right?
Mhm.
75 years, right? And you mean to tell me you don't think this person through the rest of your lifespan, this person is never going to look at anybody else and never be tempted by anybody else, and they're always going to say no? I don't believe that, me personally.
That sucks. I don't believe
Like,
that. I don't believe that either. But it's also levels. We might indulge. People might indulge in a conversation with someone that they know like them, or someone flirts with them. They might indulge, but it's a level.
mhm,
I can't. I guess you can't honestly stop anyone from indulging with someone that likes them. A lot of by me being a model, and I model like lingerie,
mhm,
swimsuit. Majority of the people on my Instagram or that meet me that are men like me.
mhm.
So I can't just be like not talking to no man ever.
Right.
But I guess I don't know. I don't know. We I
Have you ever had have you ever had boyfriends get jealous of that? Like, because you're a model, like, and
mhm.
all these dudes are gonna be in your presence. So they definitely gotten jealous over that.
It's and it actually was a boyfriend of mine that I knew in high school. Like you saw me glow up, like that. But that I feel like was jealousy. I feel like it was something about yourself you didn't like, so you
Mhm.
felt like you had a problem with all these people being attracted to me, which I think is weird because before we started dating, I was this person. This wasn't a person I evolved into. I've been this person.
Right.
I've been getting this type of attention, so
Mhm.
I just feel like they weren't happy with themselves. So they just projected that onto me.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like I've caught myself in relationships in the past, like projecting, and it takes a lot to like notice that about yourself. It takes a
Mhm.
lot of self reflection. But as far as jealousy, man, yeah, I've only like recently in life like become less of like a jealous person, like wishing that
Why?
I had shit that other people had.
Why do you feel you become less of a jealous person?
So about 2 years ago, I had I was having like health issues, right? Like
Mhm.
my skin from like the top of my scalp all the way down to my ankles was like breaking out.
Mhm.
Right? I didn't know if it was eczema or whatever. I couldn't go to the doctor because like it was quarantine. Like you couldn't
Mhm.
fucking go nowhere and shit like that. And my ex at the time she had left me during that time.
Dang.
Yeah,
Was it
had
because
like
of that?
no, it wasn't because of that. It was
Ah.
because of other like it was like that. It was like affecting like my mood and stuff like that. We were arguing like a whole lot more, and like I was mean as shit. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I would have left me too. Um,
Yeah.
and so during that time, I was really sad. I got into my artistic bag and shit like that, and just trying to turn my like monetize my pain essentially.
Mhm.
Um, and so during that time, like I actually like met like a lot of people like remotely, and like I started talking to different girls, and I started making new friends and shit.
Mhm.
And during all of that, like I realized like no matter like how you see people, like how they present themselves, especially today with social media and all of that, like no matter what you see there, behind all of that, there's like a level that you
Person.
don't see. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a whole different person. And so through that I learned like, yo, what's the point of being jealous about anything ever? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What's the point of
Yeah.
being jealous? Like there's people who have like a certain appearance that or the way they present themselves that would make you think like, oh, they must have no problems in their life. But
Mhm.
the truth, like once you get to know this person, once you hear them speak and like hear their story, you're like, wow, this person's way worse off than I am. I should be happy.
Mhm. That's facts. That's big facts. So we always look at the outside and we don't. I mean, but we're kind of not wrong. We can only see what people show us,
Mhm.
but we do have to. And then see that's the thing. You need to stop worrying about other people,
Yes, yeah,
and you won't have
exactly.
nothing to be upset about. But I feel like jealousy should be an alarm for you. Once you feel like you just like I felt like it was for me. Once I felt like I was jealous of my friend, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I don't like how this feel. What
Mhm.
what's the real problem?
Mhm.
But everybody's different. A lot of people actually fuel off of hate. Like that's their thing, which is really really
Off of
odd.
spite, yeah, spite. Spite
Like
keep a
they
lot of
they
people.
live for that.
Hmm. The idea of proving somebody wrong, like somebody say you can't do something, and like people are entirely fueled by shit like that, like
That's
spite. It's
weird.
powerful. It's powerful. That's Kanye West.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the trolls, like the internet trolls and
Oh,
all
oh, you
that.
talking about?
Like these
Oh,
are the people that wake up with hate on their mind, eat hate for breakfast, and just wanna.
I'm gonna disagree with you. When you talking about trolls, I don't think they hateful. I just think these people are bored. These people are bored and have nothing better to do with their life.
And
So
they see these people that have stuff going on. So let me tear down. Let me pick at what they have
mhm,
going on.
I think what they want is a reaction.
Hmm.
I don't think it's any yeah, I feel like if you meet like a lot of trolls in real life, it's not going to be that same energy. You know, people are way more powerful behind a keyboard, and if they can get you to like interact with them negatively, that's that's another thing I think hatred is. I think it's an attempt to an attempt to get something or someone that you hate to interact with you so that like you feel seen.
But why is that? Is that because you don't feel like anybody sees you?
Yeah, most people in life aren't seen.
I mean, hell, it's like 8 billion of us.
No, yeah, absolutely. And just think, right? There's somewhere right now, like you said, like you're a model, right? Or like even just us on this podcast, right? Like we're on a podcast right now,
Hmm.
like speaking our opinions and shit like that. A lot of people look at this and think it's impossible. Like I can't have this. There's somebody that'll see this and be jealous of us right now.
Oh yeah, they watching. The
You know
jealous
what I
people
mean?
always the people who hate you and the people that are jealous watch the most.
Yeah, yeah. There's someone jealous right now that they feel like they can't do this.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's just wild to me. Do you feel like society makes it easier for people to gain negative feelings for people?
This is a I feel like this is a really complex answer I'm about to give you for such a simple question. I feel like I feel like that shit is by design. I feel like if you keep people, I feel like social media is the biggest tool that like whatever you want to call them, the powers that be use to like
Hmm.
to like keep people like tribalized and like separated. The minute everybody starts talking about the same shit, like changing the leadership in the country or like other shit like that, or about the fact that like a lot of people that run this country is owned by corporations and so forth and so on, or funded by corporations. The minute everybody starts talking about that, then actual change will start being made. I think hate is a lot of time is like manufactured, is used as a tool to keep people separated.
That's true. That's so true. And social media now is the number one way that alters your mind on
Yeah,
a lot of things.
yeah. Have you seen the this is documentary on Netflix? It's called The Social Dilemma.
No.
Oh man, watch it. It talks about the effects that social media has like on your mind when you use it, how it
Hmm.
uses predictive programming to try and sell you different products, to try and plant certain ideas in your head, to try and get you to think like the rest of the pack, like the group and shit.
Hmm.
It's some really sinister shit. They keep tabs on how long you look at people's pictures, They keep tabs on everything you say, and so they learn your personality better, and then change the algorithm
That's
to
wild.
keep you, yeah, to keep you locked into to whatever
That's
social
wild.
media app you're using. It's
See
some
what I'm
sinister shit.
saying? It's
Yeah,
always a hidden
it's levels.
agenda.
Yeah, yeah, it's levels. It's levels.
And we would never know. The average person would have never known that they're thinking, oh, it's just social media. I can get on, I can meet all these different people, like all that. But they don't think like how it's really affecting the mind.
Yeah.
It's sad. Do you feel? I don't know. You
What?
got me really over here thinking. Like seriously, because I'm thinking about all the shit I be looking at on Instagram and shit. I'm like,
Right.
damn.
Yeah, there's like they know if they can determine whether or not you have a crush on someone by like if you look at their pictures for a long time, and so what you're probably more likely to see shit from them when they post things because they'll say, oh, she likes to spend time looking at this person. Bet let's put this person in front of her more so that she spends time on this app. It's all about grabbing your attention. It's
Right.
sinister.
And we all have fallen into the trap.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I know
Yeah.
this, and I still do things like this. It's strange. It's strange how they get you.
I started to put on apps and stuff when it asks you, does it want you to track, ask your app to track. It's something when you download a new app, it'll ask you like, do you want it to track
Hmm.
something? But
Hmm.
I say no. Like, don't
Yeah.
track what the fuck I'm doing on here because every time I look up somehow I see it on Instagram about what I wanted to buy that I was looking at on Google. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's probably a part of that little plan you were talking about.
It's all, yeah. It's all a part of it. Yeah.
So, how do you feel like someone can overcome being jealous of a person or hating a person? Therapy.
Maturity, therapy, maturity, time. I feel like life has to show you how not to do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, therapy definitely helps. I think that's something that everybody should do. Like, especially
Everybody should go to therapy.
especially people of color. I feel like should get therapy. Um,
Definitely.
but as far as like how to get over it, like you gotta want more for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
know,
exactly what it is.
and that's not easy. Want more for yourself, like saying you want to do more for yourself and then actually doing it is two very different things.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. It's hard. It's hard, and then a lot of people don't want to change. A lot of people are comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
And because it's a lot of risk with changing how you normally do things, you don't know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
If you decide to go this way, you've been going this way for so long, like it could be really good, but it also could be really bad. And then you're going to be like, damn, if I would have just stayed with my first mind.
Just imagine how different the world would be if great people never took risks.
Exactly.
You know, if they never took risks, how would we be living right now? We probably wouldn't even be able to have this podcast right now. If the nigga that took the risk to make this shit, come to fruition didn't do it.
That's 100% true. And we only have one life. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there before. I'm pretty sure you've been there before where we just thought like this is the peak of my life. This is what I'm supposed to do. I want to do this, but nah, I can't do that.
Hmm.
Like, but I don't know. Me looking at me now and seeing all the things that I have done, I feel like there's no end to what I could do. And also, whatever you focus on is the is it
Is what?
that's the direction you're gonna head.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all up to the individual. What does the individual want for themselves? If you want to get past things like hate and jealousy, you will. It's very possible. Those are removable things, just like everything else.
Hmm. I definitely agree. Um, Let me see what I wrote. I'll be writing my notes down. I don't know if you're a planner. I'm a Virgo. What's your zodiac?
I'm an Aries.
Ooh. I normally don't like y'all. I don't think I
Why
like y'all.
not?
Y'all are cool. Don't get me wrong. Y'all are really cool. I still feel like we're alike in a lot of ways,
Mhm.
but I feel like we're too alike in a lot of ways. Uh,
Elaborate, like
Men
how?
or women are different. My older sister, she's an Aries. We're
Aries
1 year
women
apart.
are Aries women I like is different than Aries men.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. We're damn near alike in a lot of ways. Aside from us being family and us being sisters, but
Mhm.
it's like if that bitch don't get her way. If I don't do what she wants me to do, it's just like the world is ending. She has to destroy everything, and I don't mean if she ever hears this, I don't mean any bad thing because we haven't talked in years and we literally just started talking.
Mhm.
So like I don't want to add fuel to the fire
Yeah,
that we just put out,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, let's
yeah.
be real. Like, when shit don't go her way, it's like World War II. She tries to destroy anything that might have brought me happiness because I'm not doing what the fuck she wanted to do. Now, the
Yeah,
men, y'all don't care about anything. It's just like y'all just like,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. I've been told that a lot. That like,
Super nonchalant.
yeah. But what a lot of Aries men won't tell you is that like that's at least sometimes when I do it, I like it's done entirely on purpose. Like I need
Why?
because you can't let somebody know that like they can move you any kind of way.
It's not realistic.
Why isn't that realistic?
Because I feel like men always try to cover up emotions, especially being sad. Men don't like to cry or
Oh,
anything
can we
like
talk
that.
about this? Can we talk about this? This is
Yeah,
one.
y'all
This is
don't
one of
like
my
to
favorite.
cry, and
This
I
is
don't
this is
understand why.
this is one of my favorite topics. Right. This is one of my
Do you
favorite topics.
cry publicly?
I prefer not to.
Right.
Um, because anytime I've ever like shown them like emotion like expressed like my inner thoughts to a woman, especially, is used as a weapon against me later. Right.
Yeah.
And every woman, says like, "Oh, I would never do shit like that," right? And then
Right.
when it's an entirely different situation once they actually get to know you and know your innermost thoughts and like how you move, women use it as a weapon against you to like, control you, get you to do what they want you to do. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I've always told myself, if I'm ever in a serious relationship again, I'm gonna keep most of my thoughts to my damn self. Like
Can't do that.
but I think that's what men should have friends for. You should
Well,
have a
yeah.
tribe. You should have a tribe to go to talk about like your innermost issues and shit like that. But I've never known a woman that when I'm like, if I choose to be vulnerable, like I decide to trust her,
Mm-hmm.
that my thoughts and feelings aren't used as a weapon against me later. Like I feel like women don't respect men after they're vulnerable.
Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's natural. Like I can't. And by me, I'm a person who don't like to show that I'm not strong. And I feel like
Mhm.
I've done that so much that when I'm not strong, people don't. When I'm going through something, people don't realize that I'm going through something because I always act like I'm not going through nothing and shit is good.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just feel like don't. I feel like that suppresses a lot, and you shouldn't hold those in. But like you said, find your outlet. I
Yeah.
find my outlet by writing things down, talking to my best friend. Of course, naturally, I'm pretty sure. The other day, my boyfriend came in the house and he was just like, "Yeah, I went to my mom's house and I was crying so hard." And I was looking at him like, "I ain't never seen you shed a tear a day in your life, but you go to
Yeah.
your mama house
Yeah.
and you just letting it all
We
out."
could
But I
we
can't
cry in
knock
front
that.
of we cry in front of my I cry in front of my mother. But if like it's a girl I'm talking to, if it's like my girlfriend or some shit like that, I'm gonna keep that shit to a minimum. She gonna look at you different, yo. If you watching this, she gonna look at yo. Niggas, if you watching this, don't cry in front of you gonna regret it all the time. I promise you.
I say feel how you feel. They're still not gonna cry, even though I'm an advocate of cry. If you wanna cry, cry. Men are not gonna cry.
Nah, don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I was a little jealous when he came home and he was like he cried and he
Yeah.
hadn't had a. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's strange because girls always want you to be like vulnerable in front of them and shit, but the minute you do, it's all downhill. Don't do it. Don't do, don't do it.
All right, guys, if y'all don't want to cry, actually, yeah, just go to your mama house and cry.
Yeah, yeah, yo, crying in front of your mom is therapeutic, yo. I'm telling
I'm dead. I guess that's the answer. Cry in front of your mama.
you. Yeah, yeah, nah, yeah. Get friends, vent to them,
But
vent
do
to
you
them.
feel like you're not being your true self if
What do
you
you
don't
when?
share those emotions? Because you men happen to share all the other emotions with us, just not that one emotion.
Well, when you say one emotion, you mean what do you mean, like sadness or
Sad.
yeah?
You could be
Because
bummed out, but you ain't just
most
bawling, crying. Why
yeah,
don't we get? Well, I know you said why don't why we don't get that luxury, but like, do you feel like you're not being your true self, or you?
I feel as though you can be a true self without giving someone versions of yourself that they don't need to see.
Okay.
You can still like I do think that we as men do need to work on displaying more emotions outside of what like anger and lust. Like
Mhm.
certainly we can do that better. But as far as like when you're at your lowest, especially if you look at love in the traditional sense, like that woman like and correct me if I'm wrong if you don't look at it this way, but
Mhm.
like for the most part women look at men to like the for security, right? Like you want to feel like you can depend on this person. If this person is crying and bawling and being a bitch all the time, like I ain't gonna,
Yeah.
y'all ain't gonna look at it like that. We can't show that to y'all because then that takes away like our foundation of what it is we're supposed to do for y'all. If
Yeah.
you look at it in the traditional sense.
No, that's true. And I've seen a lot of situations where, like TV shows and stuff, where something happens with the family and the
Hmm.
mom's bawling and the dad's just like, "You want to cry? I
You
might have
can't.
seen the eyes water a little
You
bit.
can't. You gotta
I
hold
can't
on
cry."
to it. Yeah. And also
I
at the end of the day, I think it's about compartmentalization, like not being detached from your feelings, but knowing when to express them.
Yeah,
You know.
men have a good sense of not just showing how they truly feel, but I
Hmm.
don't know, just because maybe we're just women are just emotional, we're nurturers and all, everything we do is off of emotion.
Hmm.
So we gonna cry if it's time to cry, we gonna cry and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. But I guess it's a good, I don't know. I say if you need to cry, go ahead and cry, but cry with your mama, that's fine too.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. If you lucky enough to have your mama around, yo, cry in front of your mama. Don't cry in
Yeah,
front of your shorty. That's
that's just ammo for later.
yeah, yeah. She gonna remember when you was crying like a bitch in my house. Oh, all right, man. Like I, you can't let her do that to you, dog.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, so I have some tips on how to deal with jealousy and hatred, I guess.
Mhm.
Appreciate yourself. Appreciate who you are, of course. I know it's hard, especially in 2022 when we can pull up our phone and see everybody on yachts and in these foreign countries that we think, because it's just a mind thing where we think we can't go.
Yeah,
But just appreciate it, because a lot of people ain't even waking up to even
yeah,
look at what everybody else doing.
yeah, yeah.
So definitely appreciate where you are. Appreciate that you just here in general, not even where you are, where you live, what car you drive, just that you were able to wake up another day and at least give it another try.
Absolutely. And oh, did you have more tips or?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh, and just remember, like I promise you, like the more like the displays of shit like that you don't have in life, like that you see in other people, recognize that there's probably a weight that they're carrying like on their heart that's like way worse than the one that you're carrying. like recognize that this is just for show, and it's probably for show for a reason. Like
Yep.
these people ain't all like just happy and shit. Like
That's 100% facts. That's why I be
yeah,
telling people, like, I tell girls that say they look up to me, they want to model like me. They
hmm
ask me these tips. They adore me in a
hmm
way, and I'm just like, you don't even know. Like, I've been through some hell,
yeah,
and like, I'm literally technically still, I still battle with calling um a therapist. I literally just called a therapist the other day, but I was supposed to do that months ago.
mm,
But I wouldn't do it because I didn't want to go back because that's a part of growing. I learned that's a part of growing. You got to tap back into all those old things and heal and all that stuff like that. And I didn't
you
want to do that. And I just
you
feel like y'all don't even know. Like, y'all see me with these nice pictures, but y'all don't even know that I'm really battling like some real stuff on the inside.
hmm hmm and I'm telling you, man. You know they say that you stay the same age like your whole like if you had like like a childhood trauma, you stay like that same age for the rest of your life until you actually deal with that trauma.
That sucks.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sucks. It's hard though. It's so hard dealing with childhood trauma.
it is.
It's
It
so
is.
hard. But that's why everybody needs to go to therapy or at least find a way to release that whatever it is, if it's hurt, it's anger, all that. Strengthen what you don't like. Normally when we see people
Absolutely.
that we don't like them because they act like they got it together. Okay, you don't act like you got it together, then you start acting
Yeah.
like you got it together.
Yeah. Start acting like you got it together. Yeah.
Hey, my grandma always,
It,
when I used to want to wear heels, I told my grandma, I was like, I can't walk in these. She said, just act like you can walk in them. And that has always worked for me in heels, even to this day. When I
that's
put on a new pair of heels, I'm like, I'm finna walk in this club and act like I've worn these heels before, and
right.
it works every time.
And look, and like that's a valuable lesson in like not even just for like heels, right? But like in life, right?
Hmm.
Walk until you become. You know,
That's facts.
fake it till you make it. You know.
Yep, that's a real thing. You gotta prepare yourself for what you want to be.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself. That I feel like that slows you down. I want to sound like superficial, but I don't go looking at what other models are doing.
Mm.
I don't like
Because
because I
then you
feel like
lose
I
sight
start
of
to compare myself.
yeah, you lose sight of what it is that you're here to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. I get it's a good idea to go look and see, like what's going on and all that stuff like that. But I just try not to just dwell on stuff like that. Like even with podcasting, I actually do enjoy going to look at other people's podcasts because I feel like
Totally.
other people have different viewpoints and perspectives. But I try not to dwell on the dynamic of their podcast because I don't want to start altering mine because they're doing something that I'm not doing, but it's
Right.
working for them.
Yeah, it's all about following like yeah, what your vibe is,
Yeah.
discovering yourself. Once you like I think I think another aspect of hatred
What?
is like when you haven't fallen in love with yourself enough.
That's true.
You know, you ain't got no
Hmm.
light. You ain't got no light in yourself, and so somebody else's light is just oh, it's just sickening to you. You know?
You gotta find yourself though. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know themselves. A lot of people don't know themselves. They don't know what they really like. They don't know what they want to do.
hmm
They just see, like, we get on the internet and we see little baby and all them on yachts and stuff. And we know we want to be on a yacht.
But we don't see that these people are suffering.
Yeah, and we
These
don't
people are
see
suffering.
that they've attained that because they love, they're secure on they know who they are. They know where they wanted to go, and they love what they do and who they are.
hmm I mean, I do think a lot of them is getting hold out though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
hey, you
yeah.
gotta love what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta love what you
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah,
in
yeah.
order for
You
it to
got. Yeah,
work.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, in all aspects, whatever business you in, you gotta love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love
Absolutely.
it, all right.
You gotta love it on some level. You absolutely right. You
Yes.
absolutely right.
So, what advice do you have to people on how to deal with?
Whatever it is that someone else has that you feel as though you lack, it's attainable. It might not always be easily attainable, but it's about the journey, you know. It's about the journey, not where you wind up, but the journey that it takes to get there. Um, so remember that. Remember everything is not as it appears,
Mm-hmm.
and remember that pain don't last forever.
Yes,
Whatever,
Lord.
yeah, whatever pain that you get from jealousy or hatred towards something or somebody else, it don't last forever. You
That's
you
a hundred
can
percent
you
facts.
can you can get past that just like anything else. It's all a mind thing.
If you can get over that dude that cheated on you and did you bad, or you
Yeah,
can get over that time where you didn't have no money, or this,
yeah,
and that, you can get over it. You can get over this.
yeah,
Especially when it don't apply to you. Sometimes sometimes you just mad about some people just be mad. Some people just be mad.
yeah, yeah.
Just I'm gonna pray for them because a lot of people really just dead ass just be mad and don't even know why they mad.
That's something they gonna have to figure out.
And not my
You can't
problem.
yeah, can't concern yourself with that.
No, for real. So tell the people where they can follow you on all your social media and where to check out your podcast.
Oh man, y'all can follow me on IG at the_king_eternal. You can find me on the Let's Be Real channel. I'll actually send you the link.
Yeah,
So you
please.
um yeah, subscribe, like our videos and all of that. Call us stupid because we be doing silly things on there sometimes, you know. Oh yeah, our group IG is Let's Be Real One. And it's real with two E's, not REAL, but
Okay, cool.
REEL. Yeah. And
Bet
yeah.
I'm actually getting on there. I believe I believe I had already. Let me see if I already
I definitely say you subscribe
yeah.
to the YouTube.
Yeah. I believe I did already. Just confirming. So everybody that's watching the show that loves the podcast and the people that hate the podcast, y'all know y'all love it too because y'all watching it. You guys can follow us on Instagram at sippin_spill.
I'm following y'all
YouTube,
right
Sip
now.
and Spill Podcast. All those streaming platforms that you could ever think that you could find a podcast on. We're on there, Sip and Spill. You can follow me, of course, at Jessica Michelle on Instagram, 3 S's and 2 E's. Make sure you go get this wine. And also, if you're watching this and you want to be here, you want to start a podcast, you don't know where to start, you want to make some money, this is a perfect side hustle. I did drop an ebook, the podcast crash course. You guys click that link in the bio. You guys can find out how to start your first podcast episode and how to make some money. We all
And
want to make
everybody
some
love
money.
money. Yep.
All right. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me on my first episode of remote. I definitely really appreciate it.
Oh, it's no
Um,
problem. It's no problem at all.
Definitely
And
want to keep in touch with you. I don't see
absolutely.
myself ever being in DC though, but
Oh, if I ever come to Houston.
I'm here.
Nah, nah, I hear Houston's dope, so I wouldn't actually mind. I actually
It's
wouldn't mind
alright.
coming to Houston.
It's
It's
alright.
alright. That's what everybody say
Yeah.
about their hometown, though.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
alright.
alright. It's definitely a vibe. Like if you want to come, like party, I guess a lot of
Mhm.
people come here to party and stuff like that. So I can see that. There's definitely a lot of lit spots and stuff. So yeah, I'm here. If you ever want to
Hey,
come out, definitely hit me up. And I definitely want to be a part of your podcast. So give me some
absolutely.
tea.
I got you. I got you. We can converse after the cameras go off and all that. We can figure something out.
All right, bet. Until next time, thank you guys for tuning in.